Hi, my name is Al Wynn. I am studying Forestry, Fisheries, and Wildlife, and I'm specializing in wildlife science.
My name's Sammy. I am a Forestry, Fisheries, and Wildlife major, and I'm specializing in wildlife science.
I knew I wanted to study at Ohio State because it was an in-state college, and I'm from Cleveland, so I thought, hey, that's gonna work out pretty well for me. And also, I like the community, and I like how essentially large Ohio State is. I did not initially choose Forestry, Fisheries, and Wildlife. I was one of the exercise science majors, but then I realized that that was not the career path that I really wanted to go down under. And I really like animals, I really like being outside, and I really like science. So I might as well do all three of those, and I chose wildlife science.
So I picked my major because I originally started out in biology, and then I switched to zoology, realizing I wanted to work with animals. And then I felt like zoology was more focused on veterinary science, so I decided to switch over to Forestry, Fisheries, and Wildlife once I heard about it through some friends. And I felt like it's been a pretty good fit so far. And then I picked Ohio State because my brother went here, and I would come to visit him pretty often, and I realized I really liked the campus. It made me feel very comfortable. I also wasn't completely sure what I wanted to go into when I was going into college, and I felt like Ohio State offered a lot of different majors. So I knew that coming in here, I'd have different options in case I didn't like what I was doing.
Probably my favorite course that I've taken at Ohio State is my woody plants course. I've learned a lot about trees and a lot about other woody plants like vines and shrubs. And I like that because we went outside. We did a lot of hands-on activities of learning why this tree is special, what makes it unique, and how exactly can I identify it, even if all the leaves have fallen off, through its bark, its stems, its twigs, etc.
My favorite class within my major has been avian biology because I got to go outside and I would go on little hour trips and just do bird watching. And we learned how to read the bands on different birds, and we learned how to identify birds. And I just really like birds, so it was a great class for me.
After I graduate, and it's going to be a very long-term commitment or long-term in the future, I would love to study mountain lions out in California, and more specifically their interactions with humans and in the human dimension through urbanization, deforestation, and how they interact with especially people that live in suburbs.
So in the future, my goal is to do some form of environmental education. I really like working with youth and teaching them about the environment and wildlife. So the goal is to do some form of education, but I'm pretty open with that field.
I feel like my time at Ohio State has really benefited me and influenced how I will be when I eventually move out to California to study mountain lions. Because the classes here, even though they focus a lot on the Ohio flora and fauna, they are very applicable to everything that goes across, even continents, because the skills that I've learned here, I can also apply just anywhere in general.
So right now we're here at the wetlands, and I am an outreach intern, so I help out with running the social media accounts, and I help with outreach programs as well as tours. So I get to take people around here, show them around, show them what we do, and sometimes help out a little bit with research as well.
My biggest piece of advice is to take things not only slow, but also strategically. You want to make sure you don't burn out, and you always practice your hobbies and practice what makes you, you. So you're not just a student, you're also a person, so make sure you're enjoying your life too.
My advice to someone considering studying Forestry, Fisheries, and Wildlife is to get involved, because I didn't even know Forestry and Fisheries and Wildlife existed at first until I got involved in Zoology Club, which is a little surprising. But a lot of my friends in Zoology Club were already Forestry, Fishery, and Wildlife majors. And so that's how I got to learn about it and get more involved. And then I joined different clubs like the Fish and Wildlife Society and got to get more involved. So I just recommend joining clubs and reaching out to people, your professors as well. That's how I got my internship at the wetlands, is by reaching out to a professor. So do a lot of outreach and get involved in things.